What's up, guys, and welcome back to MoBetta TV. Today we are doing a complete breakdown of my build for the 725 in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Let's jump into it. Alright guys, so some of you may be asking what is the 725, and what it is a over and under double barrel shotgun in Call of Duty. Comparable to real life, it's like a skeet shooter shotgun, so it's a mid-range to short-range shotgun. It is very, very effective and become quite the meme within this year's Call of Duty. It's most comparable with the 1887s, the model 1887s in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but thank God there's no Akimbo, because if there was, this gun would be literally unstoppable. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump in and get the breakdown as to what I put on it. First, I'm going to attach the attachments that I run with, and then I will be going into a deep dive as to why I don't have the attachments that aren't on there. So first, starting with the stock, there are multiple options as what to choose from as far as, you know, you got the short stock, you have lightweight stock, things like that for movement speed and whatnot, sawed-off stock, things and everything there. I go with the Cronin Ergo Precision stock because this is going to give me a boost on accuracy and control for this weapon. Things like the sawed off and everything that make you move faster, those are always good to have, especially in a rush class. However, with this gun, you do want to be as accurate as possible. There are two key points that we want to go over with this gun and make sure that we max out as much as we can without going over that limit, and that is going to be 1, accuracy, and 2, range. Those are the most important things when it comes to handling the 725 and making it most effective in the field. So therefore, we're going to go with the stock, the Cronin Ergo Precision, to get that little buff on accuracy. Next, let's go down to the perks. For this one, it's no question asked, in my opinion, it's going to be sleight of hand. This gun reloads quick already because there are only 2 shells. However, that is also its downfall. If you get stuck in a sticky situation while in combat, things like that, having that sleight of hand perk can really help you out in a pinch. You can just go ahead and load up the 2 extra shells, get right back into the battle, and go to work. So next we're going to go over is the guard. What options we have for guard. There are 3 options here. My option that I go with is just going to be the Tempest Slim Grip. Why, you may ask? It does give me that extra additional boost on accuracy. That is what we are looking for. There are other grips in here that give you a boost and things like that. The Forged Tac Commander you can definitely go with. It does give you a higher boost on accuracy, but you will lose some control. Here, in my experience, this is why I don't use it. It's because it is a recoil control. I don't need recoil control. The 725 is going to go ahead and stop its target if used correctly with only 1 shot. Sometimes you may need 2, but either way you should be shooting from the hip, never ADSing really with this gun. If you are hard scoping or ADSing, you're going to be waiting around a corner so you know your target's already going to be there. If you are looking for recoil control, then you are using this gun incorrectly. So next up is going to be the muzzle. Now there are a plethora of options to choose from as far as muzzles for this gun, from breacher devices to muzzle brakes, chokes, things like that. The obvious choice that people would go to is a choke because it is a shotgun. However, I say no. The monolithic suppressor is a hands down way to go in my opinion. This is going to give us a boost on range. Range damage is very important within this Call of Duty, and it's even more important with this shotgun. You want to have basically a cone of fire of spread that is equal to your reticle on screen. That's going to be basically making a cylinder of just death going to your target. So the monolithic suppressor is the go-to. To me, the mono suppressor is the go-to on every single gun within Call of Duty that has the attachment available. The reason why I don't do the choke is because of that tighter pellet spread. So I've tested both of these. I've tested all the attachments on this gun, and there is a fine line between having that accuracy buff and having it over accurate. When you cross that line and you have too much accuracy on this gun, then it turns into a sniper rifle, and when it is put into the sniper rifle category, you're looking at a mediocre to subpar sniper. You want to still keep this a shotgun. You should be running a gun with this weapon, shooting from the hip. Therefore, we're going to put that monolithic suppressor on there so we can have that damage range increase. So the next option we're going to be going to looking at is the optics. There are a plethora of optic options. That was a hard one. To choose from, anything from, you have thermal scopes to regular just red dot scopes, things like that. The one that you're going to be least expecting to put on this gun is the one that I put on. And this is where it really turns this gun into a meme within Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm putting on the Brownlee 32mm sniper scope. Why, you may ask? Because you just said, Mo, that you don't want this gun as a sniper. And that is 100% correct. We are not going to be using this gun as a sniper. Like I said before, you should not be ADSing with this gun. You should not be hard scoping with this gun unless you're camping in a corner, things like that. However, what I do want this optic for is the boost on range. So if I take this off here, so I'm going to hover over the actual values. Look at the current values with nothing on there. Now look at it when I put the scope on there. Look at the range. It is a huge range buff. It also increases accuracy slightly as well, and that's really where we want that accuracy buff to be. We don't want to go over, if you look at the value here on the actual chart, we want the accuracy to be just under the damage meter. That's what I find is the sweet spot. We don't want to go over the damage, because when you do go over there, that's when it turns into a sniper, and that's what you want to stay away from. So this gives us that huge boost in range. It keeps us in the sweet spot just under the damage meter as far as the stats go. So we're going to go ahead and be attaching on that. So the way to use this weapon is basically run a gun. You want to shoot from the hip. You want to keep that. You want to keep your target in the reticle. You want to have the most effective range and the best spread of pellets, so that when your target is within your reticle on screen, it is a guaranteed hit and it is a guaranteed kill. That's what we're looking for. So now we are currently 5 out of 5 of attachments and what we can put on this weapon to maximize its accuracy and its range and its damage output. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look and see why I don't put the other ones on. You guys might have some questions here, so let's first break down. Let's go straight into it with the ammunition. This is the number one thing that I am asked about the most, is the slug rounds. Mo, why don't you use slug rounds? It is going to add to the range. It's going to give you even more range, even more damage. That is correct, but if you look, if you put it on, it actually takes down the accuracy. So the cons of this slug round, if you look at the cons, is damage radius. That is huge. Like I said before, you want the radius, the whole spread of your pellets, to encompass the cursor that you have on screen. Makes it very easy to aim, makes it very deadly when you're running and gunning. And when you have a slug round on there, it turns that into a pinpoint accuracy module. So basically you need to be aiming with the centermost point of your reticle on screen for these slug rounds to be effective. It is much easier, much more effective to have the entire reticle be the whole damage zone rather than the pinpoint. So when you put slug rounds on there, it instantly turns into a sniper. It is a subpar sniper. If you're looking to snipe, just use one of the sniper rifles. There's a lot more attachments that cater towards sniping with an actual sniper rifle, because like I said before, if you do go the sniper route with this weapon, it is going to be subpar compared to the other ones. So we're not going to do the slug rounds on the ammunition there. Underbarrel. So the underbarrel stocks are kind of optional. I've run with them before. There are some good options here as far as like the operator foregrip and the ranger foregrip, because it does give you that accuracy and that range. To me, I feel like that sweet spot of the accuracy that we talked about before, it's right there with the damage. It makes it a little bit too accurate. What do I mean by that? Let's say you get half of your target within the reticle and it only hits half of the target's body. It is going to give you a hit marker instead of a kill, because it is not as tight and compact as far as the pellet spread. So that's why I don't run it. You can actually run it if you want that, if it's more catering to your needs. You can go and swap this out for the sleight of hand perk, things like that. But to me, it's not a necessity for my build that I currently run. Next up, we're going to look at is lasers. Currently, I don't have any lasers on there. I don't find them being a necessity. I don't like my enemies to be able to see my laser, because you will get noticed in a match when you're running with this and dominating with the 725. You'll instantly become a meme in that match, and people are going to know your name, and they're going to realize that you have a laser on there as well. So they're going to be looking for that green laser signature. As far as sprint to fire speed, a lot of people ask me all the time, why don't you maximize this out? And it's really a habit of how you play your play style. With this weapon, I would definitely recommend not sprinting around corners. Sprint up to the corner, stop sprinting, go around the corner, check if anybody's there. If you find this to be more suitable for you, you can go and swap a laser out, get that little sprint to fire speed buff, swap it out for the sleight of hand perk. I wouldn't do it with any of the other attachments, but if you want, you can. But to me, it's a bad habit to be running around corners anyway, or sprinting around corners anyway, I should say. You should always be sprinting up to the corner and then stopping and then going around the corner, checking for targets, ready to fire. Next up is the barrel. This is a huge topic point as far as the 7.25 is concerned. The Tempest 32-inch competition, as well as the sawed-off barrel, are always used. The Tempest smooth bore barrel isn't really used. It's kind of the basic one, but these two is where it is at. The sawed-off barrel, do not do it. Do not use the sawed-off, please. If you have the blueprint for this weapon, you don't have all the attachments unlocked, please do not use that blueprint, at least not with the sawed-off barrel, because it totally nerfs this gun. This is the only gun where I would say that the stock version of this weapon is 10 times better than the blueprint that you get if you do have that blueprint. Just use the regular barrel. It is so much better than the sawed-off. It completely nerfs this gun. Turns it into all the other shotguns that are in this game that aren't making a name for themselves, because the 7.25 bullet spread is where it's at. That is why I do not use it. The tighter the spread, the more into a sniper rifle it becomes. You're gonna run into the same issue as if you were to equip the slug rounds. It will turn it into more of a long-range sniper type weapon. Now, long range is good, but not when it is a subpar weapon. At super long range, even with both the slug rounds and this competition round, it does not put enough damage out to where it can be comparable with one of the better snipers in the game, and the recoil is absolutely absurd. So keep the stock barrel. It's really good. It gives you that even range, gives you the even accuracy that you have with all the other attachments. Do not touch these barrels. Last but not least, I have to put, the gun looks really good in default with all the upgrades that we have. It's got all the blackout thing. It looks really good. It looks like a tac shotgun that you can just go in, bust through corners, everything. I like the skulls. It's my personal preference, but all black, it still looks sexy. And so there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the complete build, the best build in my opinion of the 7.25. Like I said, it looks like a bit of a meme with the scope on there, but this gun is already a meme anyways. There's talks of it being nerfed, things like that. I'm not sure if it will be, but while it's not being nerfed, let's go ahead and take full advantage of it. This build will give you the best efficiency as far as damage, range, accuracy, things like that. If you have any type of other build that you want to go over or things like that, please comment in the comment section below. If you believe that your build for the 7.25 or any other gun is better than the ones I'm offering, please put it in there. I have no qualms with checking it out, trying your build, your setup, and even do a review on one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, please throw me a like and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more best builds for all the other weapons Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And be sure to check me out on Twitch /mobeta_TV. Throw me a follow so you can always see when I go live and catch the action live. Thank you so much. You guys have yourself an amazing day. Remember, in everything, stay better.